Hey guys, KodaMachine here with another review. This time I'll be reviewing the deluxe Kodama Suika arms from Kamen Go. This is the third item in the Ride Gadget series, this time being themed after Kamen Game. So, let's get started. So, like with the other Ride Gadgets, we'll start by looking at the Kodama Suika arms in watch mode. This is a metallic green Ride Gadget with black for the base, as well as a couple of stickers on the front. Now, as the name implies, this is based on the Suika arms from Kamen Game, which was the large watermelon arms that could transform into a few different modes. However, this also bears some resemblance to the Suika Lock Seed. As you can see, the stickers here actually pretty well match up with the pattern on the actual Suika Lock Seed, even down to the metal studs running along the sides. Of course, for the proper comparison, we'll need to bring in the proper Suika arms. Of course, we're looking at it in its Kodama mode, and this is where we get into the fun part about the Kodama Suika arms and its name. So, Kodama, which is both the name of this mode and part of the phrase for Suika arms, Kodama Big Bang, means big ball. On the other side, Kodama means little ball, so this is the little ball Suika arms. And it's actually a pretty fun contrast, considering that the Suika arms was, as I said, the biggest of all the arms, since it was a giant exoskeleton armor. Meanwhile, it gets shrunk down to this small Ride Gadget. Now, like with the other Ride Gadgets, this also has some electronics activated via this button on top, but we'll get to those after the transformation. So to transform it, we're going to start by taking these panels and flipping them down to reveal the body and legs. It'll come to the bottom of the feet and flip out these heel spurs. Come to the sides and fold out the arms. Then finally, we'll take this piece and flip up the head. And there we have the Kodama Suika arms in Kodama Suika mode. So taking a look at it, this does look like a pretty much miniaturized version of the Yoroi mode, or armor mode, of Suika arms. First up we have the head, which has all the right details like the watermelon crest and the red visor. We've got the inside of the body, which has the various details for the chest and the upper knees, or the thighs rather. You've got the arms, which come down to these patterned wrists. Of course, you have the fists here. You also have the legs down here, which do have a little bit of patterning to show them supposed to be, or basically essentially being made to look like they're separated, even though they're a couple of blocks that are just right next to each other. Now, the odd thing about this is that these are a pair of separate pieces, implying some sort of articulation of some kind, but that doesn't really seem very possible, as, well, you could do something like that. It doesn't really offer up that much of a range of motion, and it really is best just standing up like this. So I think it would have been a little bit better if these were just a single solid piece that was kind of combined together. Of course, as I said before, this has some electronics activated via the button on top, so we'll cycle through all four of them. First, of course, is the activation. And this, of course, uses the Suika arms announcement from the Suika Lock Seed. Then we get to three different attacks. First is KodaMachine Gun, which is likely a reference to the Suika arms gyro mode, which had machine gun arms on the sides.
Suika Bowling.
Second is Suika Bowling, which would be a reference to the Kodama mode and the general bowling kind of sound motif of the Suika Lock Seed.
Kodama Big Bang.
And third is Kodama Big Bang, obviously a reference to the Suika Arms phrase, Kodama Big Bang. And of course, like with all of the others, or at least like with the Takawatch Roid, these sounds also work the same in the watch mode. And for a second comparison, here's the Kodama Suika Arms Kodama Suika mode, next to the Deluxe Suika Arms Yoroi mode. So once again, you can definitely see that this is really a miniaturized version of the original Deluxe toy. Obviously, the features have been a little bit flattened down, but if you actually compare them, they have a lot of the same details and a lot of the same spots, which is a very nice touch. Obviously, there are some things missing, like the shoulder pads here, as well as a bit more detail to stuff like the legs. And of course, it also doesn't have a weapon like the original had, the Suika Sojinto, but it is a good job, and it actually is pretty cute to see them next to each other. And finally, like with the other ride gadgets, the Kodama Suika Arms is compatible with the Jiku driver. And of course it makes the same lights and sounds as the other ride gadgets. And of course, since this is Gaim themed, we can also, for fun, use it with the Gaim Ride Watch. And since this is the same as the other ride gadgets, you guys know the drill by now that this doesn't make any special sounds with the weapons, so we won't be testing it out with them. And there we go! Overall, the Kodama Suika Arms, like the other ride gadgets, is a neat little toy that's a cool homage to a previous rider toy. And it has pretty much the same kind of functionality, where it has a transformation, some sounds, and compatibility with the Jiku driver. And like with those other ride gadgets, it does a nice job of taking that original toy and then converting it into the Ride Watch or GO style. Unfortunately, as far as the future goes, this seems to be the last of the ride gadgets. And it's gotten me thinking about how in recent years it seems like Bandai has not been very willing to actually take these kind of smaller sublines and expand them out past the first wave of a toy line. Examples that come to mind are the best matched weapons from Kamen Rider Build, only 3 entries, first quarter. The Ghost Gadget series from Kamen Rider Ghost, again, first quarter only, but this time 4 entries. The Gashikon Weapons series from Kamen Rider X-Aid, which was only 4 weapons, and again, all in the first quarter. Although it's kind of 5 if you count the Bug Visor. Then we have, well, the last one I can think of is, funnily enough, from Kamen Rider Gaim, that being the Arms Weapon series, which had only 3 entries and was only in the first quarter. And I think that's actually a shame, because in the earlier series of the Heisei Phase 2, that being, double and onwards, they would take these lines like, say, the Memory Gadget series or the Food Droid series and take them and spread them out throughout the entire series, releasing a few new toys throughout the rest of the line. But it seems that as we've gone further in, they've just kind of strayed away from that and just felt it necessary to put these in just a little bit into the first quarter as almost like filler toys, just to fill out how many they're putting out. And I think that is a shame, because there have been things where it would have been nice to see more stuff out of it. And I think, honestly, one of the biggest examples of that would be the Armored Weapon series, where pretty much every Armored Rider that used the Gamer Goku driver had an armed weapon, but only 3 were ever released, and I think that is a shame. That being said, the Raigeki series is pretty nice toys. They are pretty nice toys, though they are for the most part optional. So if you want to get them, go ahead, though they're not the kind of things that you're going to be missing out too much on if you don't get. Next time I'll be doing an unboxing of Yokai Arc 2 packs. Friday at 6 PM PST. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. And if you're new and would like to see more, please subscribe and hit the bell icon. And for now, this is KRX50, writing off.